It's your girl Beauty with Mika. So girl, grab your coffee, your water, your tea, whatever is your beverage. You guys already know it is that time of the year, and of course I have my Sephora's recommendations and wish list. I have a ton of recommendations here. You guys know I always pick out the top of the best that I have left for the year and things that I know that I would recommend for you guys to purchase. So sit back, enjoy. Now let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so first I'm gonna start off with fragrances. Fragrances is probably the most expensive thing that I highly recommend that you buy, especially if you can get 20% off during the Sephora sale. I will include dates right here along with when the sale starts, depending on your status with Sephora. If you currently do not have a Sephora card, I recommend just going in store or applying online to be able to at least even get 10% off. I am a ROUGE, so you guys know for a ROUGE you need to spend over $1,000 a year in order to get 20% off. Now the good thing about Sephora sale this year is that they did it last year, is that all Sephora brand products will be 30% off. So I do have some Sephora brand products that I recommend, and it's the best time of the year to definitely stock up because Sephora brands has been stepping up. So first let's start with fragrances. These are, one is a new purchase and one is a last year's purchase. The Ysl Libre Fragrances. I have the regular and I have the intense. Girl, get your hands on these. I purchased this one last year during the sale and I'm pretty not even halfway through it. This one I just recently purchased during the Friends and Family sale. These are definitely recommended. The smell is definitely good. I will put the notes of what these scents are down below if you guys are interested, but I definitely recommend the Ysl. Now another fragrance that I recommend, and I've purchased the Perfect and the regular. This is the Marc Jacobs Perfect. This has a very floral, fun spring-like smell. They recently came out with the intense version. The intense definitely has more of a musk smell. It smells definitely good, but I recommend getting either one of these. If I had to pick, and I would say if you never tried Marc Jacobs, get the Perfect. You will love it. I only buy my fragrances in the 1 ounce size because I feel like anything over a 1 ounce, you're never really going to finish it. It's going to sit on your shelf. Plus these 1 ounces, I will say they give you about a year and a half depending on how often you use them. All right, so let's go into skincare. You guys know skincare is one of my favorites. As much as I love makeup, I definitely take care of my skin. So I'm gonna start off with something that you guys never really hear me talk about, but I purchase these maybe once or twice a year. These are the Dr. Dennis Gross Extra Strength Daily Peel Pads. I get the universal and the extra strength, and these are what they look like. You basically get a pack of these, maybe like 5 for $20. I'll post the prices down below, but I purchased these. I do these maybe like once a month or every other month, especially when I know my skin is getting dehydrated. Especially during the winter months, these are definitely perfect. If you're a combination oily skin, I recommend these. I started using the universal daily pads first, and then especially during those drier months, especially this time of the year, this last October, November, December, I will go with the extra strength daily peel pads. Now a toner that I have been using, and I've been using this since it came out, it helped the difference in my hyperpigmentation, is the Fenty Skin Fatty Water Toner. I definitely recommend this. Like no matter what skin type you are, if you're definitely looking at to treat your pores or your hyperpigmentation, get this. I use it on my face, especially after I wash my face and my face just still has like water on it. I will tap this in just so my pores can just suck it in, and it's so good. I have seen a difference in my hyperpigmentation. Now something you guys have heard me rave about, and I'm not going to purchase the big size because you guys know that I am definitely, when your skin gets used to something, sometimes you need to mix it up. But I highly recommend the Tatcha Harper Clarifying Cleanser. I purchased this one in a travel size. I thought it was bigger than this, but I am going to have to repurchase this sooner than later because my skin loves this during that time of the month or whenever I'm having some breakouts. I feel like this combats my acne and it definitely treats it. So if you definitely have acne prone skin or acne skin in general, try this out. Let it sit on for like a minute or two and then you will feel a difference. It gives a soft minty tingling. It's not crazy tingling, burning or anything, but you could definitely tell it's working into the skin. And the first two are Tatcha. Again, I love the Tatcha water cream no matter what skin type you are. They say if you're a combination oily, you definitely want to use this. Now something to prep my skin, this was a recommendation from Brit's Makeup Diary. You guys know when Brit was in LA, she was my esthetician, and of course she recommended this. This is the Tatcha Dewy Skin. She used this on her clients when she was prepping their skin for their makeup, and I highly recommend this. A little bit of it goes a long way. You guys know I had tons of the travel size versions and I completely ran out, so I recently bought the full size from the Tatcha website because I got 20% off. So a little bit goes a long way. This could last you depending on give or take. I don't use this during the summer, but definitely spring and fall months helps your skin. All right, so another toner that I do want to recommend is the Ulla Henrik's Glow to HO Dark Spot Toner. I'm almost out of this. They came out with a travel size. So if you don't use toners a lot like myself, I definitely recommend getting the travel size. This will at first sting your face. Especially, I don't recommend using toner after you exfoliate, but definitely like morning prep, nighttime prep, before you apply your moisturizer, use a good toner. This definitely does help a lot. Another thing, your SPF. Girl, I use so many different SPFs, but this one you have to get. This is like a staple across all Sephora brand. Like, you have to get the Super Goop. If you walk into Sephora, this is probably the #1 recommended moisturizer SPF. It's only $19 for this size. I get the Just Everyday Lotion as an SPF of 50. So when you're not wearing makeup, if you're out and about, put this on. Now a cleanser that I recommend, and this is probably one of the only cleansers because I have been using it and it's only at Sephora. This is the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Cleanser. I completely love this. I'm gonna have to repurchase it. It's only about $36 to $38, but you guys can see this is over a year's worth of time off and on, and I have to get some more of this because honestly I could tell when my skin is like, where's that Youth to the People cleanser? Like, girl, this hydrates. It definitely gives a soft moisture. It doesn't suck up all the moisture out of my skin, but I definitely say try this. If you have not, trust me, you will not regret it. They came out with a huge value size of it. I don't recommend getting that one unless that's going to be the only cleanser you ever use, but I do like this, and they give you a pump for it. It's glass, so be careful. All right, so a spray. If you clean your brushes like I do daily spot clean sometime on my brushes, and then I clean my brushes about once a week. I love the Sephora Dry Clean Quick Clean. This is currently sold out on their website. I believe it's in store. I'm hoping Sephora doesn't discontinue it. I'm hoping it comes back in stock before the sale. But you guys know every Sephora sale, as long as I've had to, I will purchase like 4 to 6 of these because it's a good dry shampoo brush clean. Now to remove your makeup, I only have 2. So the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm, definitely recommend this. A little bit goes a long way. My top one, last but not least, is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. I love this stuff. This just melts your makeup off. It's not greasy. It's easy to take your makeup off. Love this stuff. Now let's go on to body care. The only body care I have is, can you guess? The Fenty Skin. This is the Fenty Butter Drop Whip Oil Body Cream. I highly say try this out. Of course, you're getting it on sale. I plan to actually purchase the refill because then you could pop this out and put the refill in here. This has been doing so good to my skin. It's so moisturizing on my skin. It hydrates my skin. A little bit of it goes a long way. As you guys can see, I have been using the heck out of this. This is like a staple when I'm putting moisturizer on, and this has been the #1 moisturizer that I have been using right now in my house. Trust me. All right, so some setting, no, actually let's start with another cleansing oil. The Dermalogica Pre Cleanse. I love this stuff. I usually get it at Ulta, but now Sephora carries it, and I highly say get this. This is also a good cleansing balm. I love that it actually removes. It's a light oil. It doesn't get too greasy, but it just melts the makeup off. Now 2 setting sprays that I recommend, and I plan to purchase the full size in this one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Girl, I use this in Vegas during those triple-digit weathers. I have traveled with this. This is probably the only setting spray that I will travel to every climate with, and I noticed that it does not like mess up my makeup. I've used it in Texas, Atlanta, and Vegas, where those are the hottest of hottest areas of where I've traveled. And when I tell you guys, my makeup was still flawless with this. Now another setting spray that I recommend, similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, but this one's a little bit more lightweight, is a Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. Get this. I mean, it's good. Smashbox has been hit and miss lately on their products, but this is something that I would repurchase over and over. All right, so let's go into foundations. I only have 4. So the first one is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I've had people ask me when they go and start like, Mika, should I get this? Yes, it will be 30% off, so I definitely try it. If you're wondering, I'm in the shade 59, and I do have a neutral undertone with my foundation, but I do like this. This is more of like a flawless everyday wear. It's very lightweight on your skin. It melts into the skin. It gives you a very natural finish, especially if you want to go on those days where there's no makeup. Another, let's see, 2, 3 more foundations. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. Girl, I was completely just like, I don't know if it's gonna work. As you guys know, Charlotte Tilbury did expand her foundation shades about 2 years ago, and I was not sure. If you're wondering, I'm in the shade 15 Neutral. Best purchase ever. Now 2 other ones that have become a summer fave of mine. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I have tested this in hot weathers. I've tested this in Vegas. I've tested this in Texas and Atlanta. And hands down, this still gives me that airbrush soft matte look without being too dry. Love it. So definitely recommend this one. And the Fenty Eavesdrop. I'm in the shade 21. This is a blurring skin tint, but it doesn't really feel like a skin tint. It feels like just a natural radiant look on your skin, but it's definitely lightweight. So purchase those, okay? Alright, you guys, so let's also go on to primers and primers. So the only two that I recommend obviously is the Fenty Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. I purchased this one recently in the travel size because honestly, I only use mattifying primers or primers in general in my T-zone. So my forehead, my nose, my chin, definitely around my smile lines, and then I set it with powder because I noticed that I'm not using everything all over my face now. I don't need as much primer, so I purchased this one again. I do recommend this, and hands down the Milk Hydro Blur, great primer. To be honest with you, I really love this one more than the Becca Ever Matte. It is a staple, it's grips. I definitely use this one all over face. This is the only one I use all over face because it keeps your makeup and your foundation just intact. Now let's go on. I got a bunch of other stuff, girl. Okay, let's go on to concealers. Hands down, the Fenty Beauty, what is this, their eye brightening concealer. This is definitely good. They have an orange corrector, which I have the orange corrector in pumpkin, and then I use the shade 15 as a concealer. It's very lightweight, so you will, if you want something a little bit thicker, then I would recommend the Nars Soft Matte concealer. I'm in the shade Cacao Dark 2. This one is definitely really good. I really like this one in one of those no makeup days where all you need is some concealer, you want to set it, put some mascara on, girl, this is like wham bam, thank you ma'am. Love this. And then hands down, because Sephora brand is going on sale, I definitely recommend the Sephora concealers. You can get these for 30% off. I purchased these last year. I'm in the shade 15 Dolce and 16 Pot de Cream. These definitely recommend. I'm so glad they brought these back. They did change the formula a little bit, but they did add more shades, so I definitely recommend these. Now onto some mascaras and liners. I have a few right here. Some are repurchases. First one is the Sephora brand brow pencil. Shout out to my girl Kay. She recommended this last year. It was $8 after the discount. Sephora brand. Again, Sephora brands will be 30% off. I love this. This was so simple. It was quick, easy. It's like a whiz for your brows. Good quality. So I've already purchased 2 of these as backups. Another one brow pencil that I recommend is the Benefits Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is more like one of those Harry Potter brow pencils that is really good. I have the shade 4.5 and I also use the shade 5. Let's see. Now another brow pencil. You guys know I talked about this. This is probably one of my cheapest brow pencils, but this runs out really fast, so be mindful of that. This one ran out in about a month for me and I was like $17, but it is really good. This is the Huda Beauty Micro Brow Pencil. This one is definitely really good, hands down. I actually purchased 2 of these in my recent friends and family haul because it is that good, but you just run out super quick, so be mindful of that. Now a liner that I recommend is the Fenty Fly Liner. I have the shade brown, what is this one, Big Truffle, and then I have Fly is Black. These fly liner pencils, they're waterproof in my opinion. I'm not sure if they're really waterproof, but they don't give me any issues on my eyes. So because I have very sensitive eyes and I really want a quick little line or a wing eye, this is definitely good and it lasts a long time. I do like that she added brown to this because the first one she came out with in black, it was like bomb. Like you could just buy it in travel size and you would still love it. A mascara. This is the only mascara that I actually really recommend, and I fell in love with this recently when I traveled, is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I love this stuff. If you do not have lashes, if you want something that's just gonna give that look to your lashes without actually wearing falsies, this is definitely good to purchase. Now for highlighter, I only have one highlighter because everybody's been doing highlighters. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of over the highlighter. I'm like, everybody is pretty much doing the same colors. The only thing I recommend, and I purchased this last year during the sale, is the Danessa Myricks. This is her shade. This is her Dew Wet Balm. Girl, get this. Now Pat McGrath has highlighters. I do recommend them, but her highlighters are not really available on the Sephora website, so you would have to get them through the Pat McGrath website. Pat McGrath definitely is another second option, but this one, this is like wet highlight. But like, who are you? Look like somebody even filtered your highlight. This is definitely good. Now blushes, you guys know I have not been in a blush fanatic. I don't know about you guys, but I just have never been a blush person. I feel like blushes, unless they come out with different textures, colors, they all pretty much look the same, unless it's something I'm like, let me go ahead and buy. Hands down, the Pat McGrath blushes are worth it. Because I'm not really a blush fan, when I had to go what blushes would I recommend, it would be the Pat McGrath. Yes, I have 4 of them. She recently came out with combos on the Sephora website, so I would definitely say get the trios if you're definitely interested. I purchased the ones that are women of color friendly for me, and I'll just show you a few because y'all don't kill me, but I purchased these on discount, so I don't feel so bad. This one is in the shade Love Struck, and it's so pretty. This one is in the shade Desert Orchid. This is more of like my neutral. You guys know I love this, like a neutral go-to look. This one is in the shade Bloom Electric. And this one is in the shade Paradise Venus. And Paradise Venus sold out very, very quickly. So yeah, those are my 4 Pat McGrath blushes that I do recommend. Now onto setting powders. These are new setting powders that I've recently used. Of course, you can get your Laura Mercier setting powder. But as far as new and what I recommend, it would definitely be the Danessa Meyers Evolution powder. I'm in the shade 3. It is more of a yellow, but this is like melt into your skin. Girl, I screamed when I started wearing this powder. Like, this powder is so good. I don't know what she did to it, but it melts into the skin. It's not too yellow. It's just enough. A little bit of it goes a long way. I always set this with my primer. Love it. Now, a powder that I was skeptical about, but Jackie Yana convinced me to like repurchase it and give it a try. This is the Huda Beauty Cinnamon Bun. You guys know I recently have purchased this and I have loved this. The smell is gone on this, so I definitely recommend trying it out if you haven't. I was a little bit like, I didn't really like the smell, but it does not have a smell. If the smell is there, it's very, very faint. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, you know, it's cool, but I actually really do like it a lot now. I really do like this one. Now, another setting powder that I have been loving, and it's in my Shop My Stash for this month, is the One Size setting powder in the shade Dark Deep. This one is definitely really good. I purchased it in the travel size because I really wanted to give it a try. You guys know that Patrick Starr did do a setting powder when he did his MAC collaboration. I missed out on that. People had talked about it and I was like, ugh. But this one, hands down, is good. I think it's just as good as the MAC, even though I never tried it. But definitely you want to try this one out. Now, Sephora brand powders. Of course, the Sephora Micro Smooth setting powder, 30% off, so get your hands on it. They actually added more colors. Love this, love this. This is actually better than the MAC powder. One of the MAC, like the mineralized skin finish powder. I still love this. This has probably been the only powder that I've been using for the past 2 years. And recently, Sephora just came out with their translucent powder. I know it's white in here, but trust me, it disappears. It disappears. It has no flashback. Girl, get your hands on it. While the Sephora brand is 30% off, I definitely say go as hard as you can for 30% off. All the other brands will be 20% off. All right, last but not least, let's go ahead with palettes. These are the most recent palettes. You guys know I purchased 19 palettes last year. I did not purchase 19 again. I did not go on a palette craze. I'm actually not buying any palettes for this sale because your girl didn't bought all that she can buy. So Huda Beauty palettes, you guys already know. Get these. These are $29. Girl, I have so many in my collection, but I have traveled from the east to the west overseas with these palettes. Go ahead and get these. Huda comes out, and I will say these by far are the best palettes out of all her palettes. Like her Obsession palettes, the quality is good, no explanation needed. Y'all know I'm like, buy. These are good. All right, some other palettes that I recommend is the Patrick Ta. This is a fan favorite. I did not buy this because I was like, I'm not spending $70 unless I get a discount. So girl, go ahead and get this. You see this? If you're a neutral person like me, I don't care what type of neutral palette always comes out, get this. The quality is so good. I have checked out people's videos that are women of color friendly, and I was like, or women of color, not even women of color friendly, and I was like, okay, this is a must-have, but I wanted to wait for the sale, so I got this during friends and family. Now, you guys know I'm ride or die team Natasha Denona all the way. She is probably one of the brands that I have the most palettes out of. I really need to count, but every time a Natasha Denona palette comes out and it's something that's in my shade range, I buy it. This is her newest one, her retro palette. Any of the Natasha Denona palettes, I'm actually going to purchase another one I just know that the quality is good, so when I get good quality, I stick with those brands. Now last but not least, Auntie Pat. You guys already know Auntie Pat has really found a staple with her $78 palettes. This is the Mothership Celestial Obsessions palette. I picked mine up from the Pat McGrath website because she had a bundle deal. If you follow me on Instagram, you already seen swatches of this palette. Girl, the quality, when I started screaming, the quality of this palette compared to last year's palette, I screamed. So good. If you do not want to pay over $125 for Pat McGrath palettes, get this $78 palette. This one by far is so much better than last year's, and I'm gonna show you what last year's look like. All right, so this is what last year's look like. Very colorful, very typical Auntie Pat, but the new one, get your hands on it. All right, now let's go, you guys. So let's get started with my wish list. I currently have 12 items in my cart. I keep taking things out, putting things in. I'm not sure, but you guys always know I will bring you guys a haul after the sale to show you guys what I bought. So the first two things on my list is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Eye, Cheek, and Lip Cream Pigments. I'm interested in purchasing the shade Nabla and Rustic. They're $18 right now. I really love the pigmentation on here, and this was a recommendation from a friend. I do also have another color that I currently have. I just haven't used it, to be honest with you guys. Another thing is the Sephora 2-in-1 extractor is $20, so of course I'll get 30% off. I definitely need something to extract any pores that I have. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I want to be able to do it if I need to. As you guys know, my esthetician is no longer in LA, so I'm looking for a new esthetician, which I'm not really in a rush for, because whenever Brit's Makeup Diary comes to LA, I'll definitely be, of course, going to her immediately. Another thing is my You to the People cleanser. This is just a restock. It's $36. I'm definitely planning to re-up on that. Now let's go on to some Fenty Skin. Just recently came out with a hand cream. It's the Recovery Glycerin hand mask. It's $22. I'm a little iffy on it. I'm not really sure if I really want to purchase it. Really not, but we'll see. Now Charlotte Tilbury, I have been hearing tons of great reviews about her new matte Revolution lipsticks. In the Super New collection, I definitely want to purchase Super Fabulous. It's definitely women of color friendly. I plan to use that with her new Foxy liner that came out recently. It's a cheek lip. You guys know I recently purchased that one during my friends and family sale, so I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase that and mix it together and see how it works. Now the lipstick is $34. Natasha Denona recently just came out with her mini Metropolis palette and brush set for $25. Normally you only get the palette for $25. She never asked the brush, but I am gonna purchase this. I do have the Metropolis actual palette. It was, I want to say it was about $65. Could be wrong. I think it was like $100 and some dollars, $120, $125. But I'm definitely getting the mini. All her minis, hands down, for $25 are the best quality. Love them. Danessa Myricks has a Power Bronzer Cream Bronzer. I'm getting the shade Deep. It's $26. This is definitely like, I'm getting it no matter what. Now the Peace Out Dots. Recently I just had a blemish and I used it. I had 2 blemishes over here. Seen it, put it on my face. I love the Peace Out Dots, and I noticed I am getting low. They are $19. So they have the Salicylic Acid Acne Healing Dots. I definitely plan to get these. You get 20 of them. You put them on overnight. I actually sleep in mine. They don't move once you tack them to your skin. Some people actually put it on and then cover it with makeup. I don't do that. I just put them on overnight, and when you wake up, you be like, blemish who? Where was you? You gone. It seemed like it zaps it out. Doesn't irritate my skin. Now the Nars recently came out with some Air Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I am going to get the shade Lose Control. I'm still iffy about that one because I really rather go in store to look at shades versus getting them, and then if I don't like it, I got to return it in store. But this one is $26, so I'm like, You guys already know I'm repurchasing the Fenty Butter Drop Whip Body Oil in the refill. So the refill is $35. And then Summer Fridays Lip Balm in the shade Vanilla. You guys know they recently came out with a new shade. I'm going to purchase Vanilla because I actually like the applicator versus the old applicator, and they came up with new packaging. But that is it, actually. Told you guys, sweet, simple, 12 items. Anything else that hasn't came out, I'm more like, if it comes out, it comes out. But a lot of my purchases, my big purchases, are purchased during the Sephora Friends and Family sale, and Ulta had a recent sale. So I already knew this sale, I was kind of like, it's going to be minor stuff that I want to purchase that I could wait on. So that is it. If you guys love these videos, always don't forget the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the next video when I do my haul. Let me know what you're buying down below, and let me know if there's some things that you recommend I should buy. Talk to you guys soon. Stay blessed. Bye.